It's Lola Yoga today. So we're going to start lying down on our backs. Today's charity is the Sunshine Cathedral Food Bank Program. They're a local organization that participates with Feeding South Florida and lots of other groups to come up with food banks for the local community that are in need. Someone asked last week if it was okay for them to donate to their own charity. Of course. Pick something that's dear to your heart and support them. If this is not something that you believe in or something that you want to do is more appropriate to your needs, and if that is not even within your means, then just accept this class for free. I will mention that these classes you can watch and rewatch anytime you want here on this Facebook page for Back to Health Physical Therapy, which is where we are right now, or on my webpage, body-guru.com, or on my YouTube channel. The links for the YouTube channel on my webpage are in the description. If you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you'll be notified anytime I put new content. I put other things besides the yoga class. I put videos on strengthening your arm or relieving back pain, bulletproofing your shoulder, any of those things. So check it out and subscribe. Again, today's class is yin yoga. So make sure you have something to help you stretch. Make sure you have something to help you support a pose. A yoga block, a bolster, or just regular pillows is perfectly fine. We are going to start lying down on your backs. So we'll get you lying on your back. There, just like Lola. Lying down on your back. Just closing your eyes for a moment and bringing your attention to your breath, to the weight of your body on the floor. Bringing your attention into this moment. Your legs out straight, your arms next to your side. Take one deep inhale, one focusing deep inhale through your nose to the bottom of your lungs. And as you exhale, imagine yourself just melting into the floor. So starting the class like this is meant to help calm your central nervous system. Taking deep breaths, bringing your focus and awareness to what your body feels like and to the depth of a diaphragmatic breath is a calming power on your central nervous system. When your central nervous system is relaxed, then the rest of your muscles and your nerves can relax. So we'll take one more deep inhale. One more slow exhale, relieving any tension, any trying, or any effort. We'll take a deep inhale and let your arms rise up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, let them fall to the floor behind you. And then reach back with your fingertips. Reach forward with the heels of your feet and feel that strong stretch all along the length of your body. Take a really deep inhale. Fill your lungs from the bottom. Feel your rib cage expand. As you exhale, draw your knees to your chest. Let your hands float down to hold the tops of your knees. Or if it feels more comfortable for you, hold behind the thighs. Let your shoulders relax and let your jaw relax. So a little bit later on, we're going to be doing an extended child's pose held for about 2 minutes. If that is uncomfortable for your knees, you can substitute this pose. Just roll onto your back, pull your knees into your chest. Let your shoulders, your jaw, your neck relax. Breathe so that your belly expands. As you exhale, gently draw your knees deeper into your chest, if that's available to you. One more deep inhale. One more slow exhale. We're going to slowly release your legs to the ground. We'll leave your right knee bent and we'll straighten your left leg all the way out. So keep that right knee bent. Draw your right heel towards your bottom. Your left leg is down straight. Pull the toes of your left leg back. Reach the heel forward. As you inhale, it's healing. As you exhale, let them fall to the floor behind you. As you inhale, reach back with the fingertips. As you exhale, use the full length of your breath to bring your arms back down and by your sides. So we're just gently engaging the fiber of the left side of your body. When your fingertips touch the floor down by your hips, inhale them to the ceiling again. Exhale them to the floor behind you. We're preparing your hamstrings and the fascia that surrounds it for the hold of up to 2 minutes. Inhale, reaching back with your fingertips forward with the heel of your left foot. Exhaling, bringing them all the way down and by your side. So we're just preparing your body. One more time. Inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling. Fill your lungs to the bottom. Exhale, let them fall to the floor behind you. We're going to leave your arms on the floor behind you for the moment. Taking a deep inhale, reaching back with your fingertips, reaching forward with that left heel. As you exhale, draw your left leg up towards the ceiling. Bring your hands behind the thigh. Shoulders are relaxed, jaw is relaxed. Try to get that left leg as straight as you can. Try to pull your toes down towards your face so you feel that stretch down the back of your calf into the hamstrings. Point your toes towards the ceiling and just gently begin to circle your ankles around in one direction. And then circle your ankles in the opposite direction. Point your toes towards the ceiling, and then again pull them down towards the floor. So you're reaching up toward the ceiling with the heel of your left foot. Take a deep inhale here. With an exhale, gently pull that left knee into your chest. Take a deep inhale so you feel your belly press against your thigh. With an exhale, straighten that leg out. So we're just getting a little bit deeper into those hamstrings. Before we hold that stretch for 2 minutes, we want to make sure these body parts are warmed up. With an exhale, draw that knee back into your chest. Take a deep inhale here. With an exhale, straighten the leg out. Take a deep inhale. With an exhale, slowly lower that left leg all the way to the ground. Try to keep it straight and tight. Pull your belly to your spine to support it. When your leg comes to the ground, we're going to grab onto your strap. We're going to wrap it around the bottom of your left foot. So if you don't have a yoga strap, use a dog leash. Use an old tie or an old belt, a piece of rope, anything you'd like that can give you the ability to hold the bottom of your foot with the rope, the strap, the electric cord. Take a deep inhale to your belly, and as you exhale, use that strap to help pull that leg up towards the ceiling. Stop when you begin to feel the stretch behind your hamstring. Try to avoid the feeling of, okay, I feel a stretch there, but I can go further. Especially in this practice of yin yoga, we want to hold this for up to 2 minutes. So you want to make sure that you found the expression of the pose that you can hold with ease, without struggle, without strain. If you gently squeeze your quadricep muscle, that'll deactivate your hamstring and may allow it to come up even further, but bringing it up further is not the point. The point is to find the beginning of your stretch and then engage it with your breath. Look down to your kneecap for a moment and make sure it's pointed towards your nose, not out and away from you. With each inhale, your belly expands with air. I'm thinking witchy woman. With each exhale, let your body relax, and perhaps that leg goes up further. It's all right if it doesn't. So we've only been in this for 45 seconds. We've got another minute and 15 seconds. No struggles and no strains. If this feels like it's too much of an effort for you, allow your leg to come down a little bit further and away from you. No struggles and no strains. Find in the expression of each pose that you can hold with ease. Take a deep inhale here. With an exhale, slowly straighten your right leg down to the ground if that's available to you. If that is too much for you, just leave the knee bent. If it feels like struggle or strain in your back, leave the knee bent. And breathe. Breathe deep into your belly. Exhale slowly. We have another 15 seconds. Squeeze that quadricep muscle on the left to make sure it's engaged. That deactivates your hamstring and allows you to get slightly deeper into your pose. We're going to remove your left hand from that strap and bring it out to the left as if it's half of the letter T. And then with an exhale, slowly begin to draw that left leg across your body towards the right. So you have a couple options here. You can either leave that leg straight or you can bend it. You can also use your pillow or your block to let the ankle rest on. You want to try and get that leg all the way down so it's supported. So slide a pillow, slide a block, anything you'd like underneath of that right ankle. Let it come all the way to the floor if that's for you. Remember, that block can be turned on different angles. So if your ankle doesn't quite meet it on the low side, turn it up to the medium side so that the weight of the leg can be supported and you can concentrate just on keeping it straight. Remember, if that's too much for you, if you feel tingling or numbness into that leg, just bend your knee and get the stretch just through the upper part of your leg. It's completely fine. Squeeze that quadricep muscle tight. We're only holding this one for 1 minute. Again, if it feels like it's too much for you, back out of the pose. Not every pose is for everyone. If you'd like, you can turn your head to look to the left. Wherever you are, close your eyes and engage the stretch with your breath. Breathe into the areas that feel tight or restricted. Imagine that you're expanding them with your breath. "25 more seconds. Breathe. With the exhale, you release any tension, any trying, or any judgments. If your brain is saying, "This isn't me, I don't think I'm doing it right," just release it. Just relax it. Squeeze that top muscle tight. Take a deep inhale here. And with an exhale, slowly use that strap to bring that left leg back up to the ceiling. No struggles and no strains. We're going to see if we can take it back a little bit further here. We're getting a really deep workout on those hamstrings on the left. No struggles and no strains. We'll release your right hand from that strap, bring it down to the floor like half the letter T. And as you exhale, we're going to use that strap to bring your leg out to the left. Again, make sure it comes all the way to the floor. If it doesn't meet the floor, use a pillow or use a strap, or even bend the knee so that you can have that leg down straight, all the way to the floor, or bent all the way to the floor. Slide pillows under the left ankle or the left knee to support it, or use a block. Find an expression of the pose that you can hold for the next minute without struggle and without strain. Squeezing your quadricep muscle engages that quad, but deactivates the hamstring and the adductors, the ones that are on the inside of your left thigh. Breathe. As you close your eyes, melt. Bring your focus and attention back to what it is you feel, or the depth of your breath. No struggles and no strains. We've got 15 seconds left here. If you need to come out of the pose early, that's perfectly fine. No struggle, no strain. One more deep inhale. One more slow exhale. And then as you exhale, use that strap to bring that left leg back up to the ceiling, holding onto the strap with both hands, breathing deep into your belly. Exhaling slowly. Breathe. Take a deep inhale here. With an exhale, slowly use that strap to begin to draw your left knee down towards your chest for half of happy baby. So if you can reach your hands to the bottom of your foot, just take your hands and hold on to the bottom of your foot. Or if that's too uncomfortable, hold your hands behind your left thigh. Wherever you get to, that's perfectly fine, but see if you can get the bottom of your left foot to be pointing straight up towards the ceiling, without struggle and without strain. Breathe. Breathe into the areas that feel tight or restricted. Exhaling slowly out and melting into your pose. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. You've got another 45 seconds in this pose. And breathe. Feel free to exit any pose if it feels like it's not proper for you. Take that modified child's pose. If you're waiting for the rest of us, both knees gently drawn into your chest, if that's what's appropriate for you. We've got 15 more seconds to hold this. One more deep inhale here. With an exhale, slowly start to straighten that left leg back up towards the ceiling. Use the strap or use your hands held behind the back of your left thigh. Take a deep inhale here. With an exhale, either let go of the strap or let go of your leg, slowly lowering that left leg all the way down to the ground. Just take a small shavasana here, just letting your legs drop out, relax your arms by your side, and just feel that left leg as compared to your right leg. My left leg feels just tingly and alive. It feels like blood is coursing through it. If you gently rock your toes in towards each other and then away like windshield wipers, you may feel a little bit more freedom of motion through that left hip. That's brilliant. Slowly begin to bend your left knee up, bringing your left heel towards your bottom. The right leg is engaged, the toes pulled back, the heel reaching forward. Inhaling your arms up to the ceiling. Exhaling on the opposite side, all the way to the back. We're stretching the back. We're prepping that right side. Inhale, reach back with your fingertips. Use the full length of your exhale to bring your arms back down and by your sides. Follow your own breath. Inhaling your arms as they rise towards the ceiling. Exhaling and emptying your lungs as your arms fall to the floor behind you. When your fingertips touch the floor behind you, inhale, reach back with your fingertips, reach forward with that right heel. Use the full length of your exhale to bring your arms back down and by your sides. Connect your breath to your motion. One more time. Fill your lungs with air as your arms rise up. Empty your lungs as your arms fall to the floor behind you. And then hold right there, leaving your arms back and behind you. If there's pinching in your shoulders, just bend your elbows. Bringing your elbows down in line with your shoulders to take some of the tension out of your shoulders. Not every pose is for everyone, but every pose should be comfortable and at ease. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, slowly begin to raise your right leg up towards the ceiling. Let your hands come to hold behind the right thigh. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. Get that leg as straight as you can, having the knee towards your nose and then point your toes towards the ceiling. Gently begin to circle your ankle, as if you're drawing a circle on the ceiling with your toes. Snap, crackle, pop. If you hear those snaps, those crackles, those pops coming from your ankle, it doesn't mean you're old, it means you're dry. Circles in the opposite direction. Those are ligaments and tendons that are usually popping, and they don't get lubricated if we don't do a motion through a joint. So this motion is not one we do often. We usually press a gas pedal or walk. It'd be really great if every day you just circled your ankles around in one direction and the other, bringing lubrication to those joints. One more circle with your ankle, and then point your toes towards the ceiling, and then pull your toes down towards your nose. Reach that heel up towards the sky. Squeeze that quadricep muscle. Reach and feel that stretch in the back of your hamstrings. Gently draw that knee into your chest with an exhale. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. Inhale, your belly presses into your thighs. You feel your lungs to the bottom. Exhale, straighten that right leg out. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale. Try to always move on an exhale. So straightening that leg out one more time. Breathing deeply into your belly. Remove your hands from the leg and slowly lower it down towards the floor. Once your leg meets the floor, grab onto your strap and we'll prepare the opposite side for the deeper, longer held stretches. So the strap goes around the ball of your toe. If you gently activate your quadricep muscle, the big muscle on the top of your leg, that deactivates your hamstring. With an exhale, you use that strap to draw your leg up just to where you begin to feel the stretch. So when you start to feel the stretch in the back of your leg, from the back of your knee to your bottom, that's where you stop. You engage that with your breath. So as you inhale, your lungs fill with air. As you exhale, the central nervous system is calmed, which may relax that muscle and allow it to go a little further. But you don't have to pull any harder. If in your mind you're hearing yourself say, oh, I can feel it there, but I should go a little further, stop and back off. Listen to your body. Allow your body to open in its time. Release. Get that leg up higher. Make sure the leg is as straight as you can get it. Your kneecap is pointed towards your nose, and then just breathe with ease. Remember, we're holding this for 2 minutes, so find an expression of the pose that you can hold with ease, without struggle, without strain. Your shoulders are relaxed, your jaw is relaxed. We have another full minute here. Lola is my timekeeper. She's not exactly the most accurate of timekeepers. Remember, she's doing doggy time. Doggy time, like doggy years, is 10 times more. We've got another 30 seconds here, so really see if you can just close your eyes. If it is appropriate for you to exit the pose, do so. If it feels delicious, stay right there and breathe. Feel. Be in this moment. Without struggle, without strain, 15 more seconds. See if you can remain focused on the depth of your breath or the feeling of your stretch for just another 10 seconds. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the depth of your breath or the feeling of the stretch. Removing your left hand all the way out to the side like half the letter T. Taking a deep inhale with an exhale, allowing your right leg to drop out to the right. Remember, if it doesn't find the floor, use a block or use a pillow. The blocks have
many sides to them. So find the one where the weight of your leg can be totally supported, so that you can concentrate on just squeezing that quadricep muscle and feeling the stretch on the inside of your thigh. No struggles and no strains. Remember, you have an option of just bending the knee and taking it out to the side with the knee bent if that's what's appropriate for you. You can put a pillow underneath of the knee to help support your pose. Always find an expression of the pose that you can hold with ease. We've got another 35 seconds holding this pose. If it's not appropriate for you, gently release it without judgment. Take yourself into a modified child's pose if this is not a pose that's appropriate for you. 15 more seconds. Breathe into the depth of your stretch. Imagine that you're expanding areas with your breath. Expanding the areas that feel tight or restricted, and with an exhale, allow them just to release. Just 10% with each exhale. One more deep inhale here. And then with your exhale, pull your belly to your spine. Use that strap to draw your leg back up to the ceiling, holding on to the strap with both hands. If it's appropriate for you, stretch out that left leg all the way down to the floor. If that feels like struggle or strain in your back, just leave that left knee bent. Squeeze your quadricep muscle. Make sure that that left leg has the kneecap pointing towards your knee. I mean your right leg, I'm sorry, but you all knew that. If you're using a block, go ahead and put it on the opposite side so that you can have support, or move your pillows over to that left-hand side, because we're going to be stretching over to the left in just a moment. Breathing, squeezing, releasing your right arm from that strap, holding it just in your left. Remember, you can do this with your leg straight or your leg bent. With an exhale, slowly bring your right leg over to the left side of your body. If your foot doesn't touch the floor, use your block or use a pillow placed underneath of the ankle so that the leg can be supported. You're not letting it float up in the air. Remember, you can do this with the knee bent if that's more appropriate to you. You can turn your head to the right, looking at your right arm, if you'd like to fully stretch through the spine. Then close your eyes. Find the depth of your stretch and feel it. Find the depth of your breath. Exhale and relax. Breathe. Deep into your belly. Exhaling slowly. "20 more seconds here." If it feels like it's not appropriate for you, just allow yourself to exit the pose, bringing yourself back to the modified child's pose. Both knees drawn into your chest, hands on your knees or behind the thighs, shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. 10 more seconds. Breathe. Whichever pose you take, make sure that you've stayed engaged in the moment. Take a deep inhale here. With an exhale, your belly comes to the spine to protect it. The strap helps you pull that right leg back up to the sky. Holding onto the strap with both hands, squeeze your quadricep muscle and engage it. Remember, that deactivates your hamstring. It allows for that hamstring to release. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. With your next exhale, slowly use that strap to draw that right knee down towards your chest. You have options here. Either hold behind your knee with both hands, or hold the bottom of your foot with the hands or with the strap. We're in the other half of Happy Baby. So we've taken your Happy Baby pose and broke it down into individual sides. It's much more easy to take the pose and break it down to the individual parts before we bring it together. Taking one side and then the other. Breathing deeply into your belly. Exhaling slowly. Remember, no struggle and no strain, especially in this practice. This yin practice, holding these poses for up to 2 minutes, should not be uncomfortable. When you find the execution of your pose, it should be delicious. Like a warm apple pie. Close your eyes for a moment. Bring yourself into this moment. If any part of this moment is uncomfortable or doesn't feel right, respect your body's message to you and release from the pose. Breathe. 15 more seconds in this happy baby pose. Make sure that the bottom of your foot is pointing up towards the sky. Whether you're holding behind your knee or on the bottom of your foot, either way, breathe. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then slowly release that right leg back up to the sky. You can hold your hands behind the thigh. You can use the strap, or you can just let your leg be strengthening. With an exhale, your belly comes to your spine to support it. Slowly lower that right leg all the way down to the ground. And then take a small shavasana, letting your feet drop out to the sides, letting everything be at ease. Bring your attention to what it feels like in your hips. And slowly rock your toes in towards each other and away, and just compare how those hips feel now after those deep and slow releases as compared to before. Breathe. Take a deep inhale, let your arms rise up towards the ceiling. With an exhale, let them fall to the floor behind you. Take a deep inhale, reach back with your fingertips, reach forward with your heels, and as you exhale, draw your knees into your chest. Draw your hands down to hold behind the knees, on the back of your thighs. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. We're going to take the full happy baby here. So your options are to keep your hands right behind your knees, try to lift your feet so that the bottoms of your feet are facing up towards the ceiling, or reach your hands all the way up to the outside or even inside edges, the little toe side or the big toe side. The proper pose is reaching to the outside. I just find it a little bit more comfortable to reach my hands to the inside, the big toe side of my feet. The idea here is to find ease in your pose. So if that little modification is better for you, do that. And then as you exhale, gently try to draw your knees down towards the floor. Try to push your sacrum, the last bone at the very bottom of your spine, down into the floor. So try to get yourself to not be rounded like a bug, and breathe. Breathe deeply. Exhale slowly. We're going to hold this for a full minute. Again, if it's not appropriate for you, allow yourself to back out of it. If you'd like, in this one, you can just rock gently from side to side. It just adds a little bit more opening to the hips. Release any tension. Release any effort or trying, and allow your breath to open the pose more deeply. No struggles and no strains. Breathe. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then gently allow your feet to come back to the floor. Once your feet are flat on the floor, we're going to roll onto your right side. And then we're going to push ourselves up to an easy seated position. Even Lola is coming to an easy seated position because she's the best dog. She is so good. Once you're in the easy seated position, we're just going to take a couple of anterior and posterior pelvic tilts. Just rock your belly forward, your hips forward as if your belly was a bowl spilling out into your lap. And then pull it back towards your spine as if you were trying to get into a pair of those 1970s disco jeans, the ones with the bell bottoms. Inhale, let your belly spill forward. Exhale as you pull it in. We're going to cross at your ankles and just gently hug your knees into your chest. Let your chin drop down. So this is another modification of child's pose. We're going to be in child's pose in just a couple of moments. When we get there, if that feels like it's too much for your knees, we're going to just bring yourself either onto your back, pulling your knees to your chest, or into this modification of the child's pose. Breathe. You fill your belly with air. You should feel your rib cage expanding out sides. Exhale, just melt deeper into your pose. We're going to hold this for another 30 seconds. Breathe. Slowly letting your chin, your head rise up, releasing your arms from around your knees, and trying to stand from the floor in one fluid motion. Ta-da! Whatever way you get to standing up is perfectly fine. We're going to come and stand at the middle of your mat. I'm going to stand at the very end of my mat because Lolita is occupying the front. We're going to do some sun salutations. We're going to do those sun salutations and we're going to hold each of the positions for 3 deep inhales and 3 slow exhales. Again, if that's not appropriate for you, that's perfectly fine. Start by lining up your body. Your feet are underneath of your knees are underneath of your hips. Your arms gently folded, down by your sides, not folded. Silly. So just lift your toes for a moment and then put them down one at a time to the floor. Take a deep inhale. Fill your belly with air and let your arms rise up. Follow your arms with your eyes and a small arch backwards. Inhaling and exhaling 3 times. If you get a pinch in your neck or that feels uncomfortable, just let your head look straight forward. That's perfectly fine. If the back bend is too much for you, just stand straight up. That's perfectly fine as well. Hold for another deep inhale and slow exhale. And then take a deep inhale with an exhale, slowly swan diving forward, bending at your hips. Let's take a bend in your knees. If you have a bad back, we're trying to bring your fingertips all the way down to the floor. If that's not appropriate for you, you can use your block, bringing your hands to the block, or just bring them to a chair. Letting your head dangle. That's right, I got in my bangle for the day. Push the back of your knees to the back of the room. We're holding for 3 deep inhales and 3 slow exhales. No struggles, no strains. If you'd like to take it a little deeper, you can lift your feet from the floor and slide your hands underneath of your feet. Wherever you are, no struggle, no strain. 1 more deep inhale here. 1 more slow exhale. Take a deep inhale. Raise your head and shoulders up to a flat back. Reaching your head towards the wall in front of you. 3 deep inhales. 3 slow exhales. You can hold your hands on your calves or your thighs to support the pose if you'd like. Breathing in through your nose, exhaling slowly. Take a deep inhale here with an exhale, fold back forward. Try to keep the knees straight, so if that bothers your back again, use the block to bring yourself up, finding an expression of the pose you can hold for 3 deep inhales, 3 slow exhales. Take a deep inhale into your belly as you step your right foot back, as you step your left foot back into plank. Now we're holding this for 3 deep inhales and 3 slow exhales. So if that's too much for you, drop down to your knees or even drop down to your elbows. The elbows can be on toes or on knees. Find an expression of the pose you can hold for 3 deep inhales, 3 slow exhales. A helpful tip for your shoulders: if you're in this plank pose with straight arms, turn the creases of your elbows forward. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, your belly comes to your spine. You begin to lower down into chaturanga. If you'd like to work on strengthening, float above the floor for 3 deep inhales or 3 slow exhales. Or lower yourself all the way down to the floor. That's perfectly fine. But keep your elbows pointed straight up to the ceiling, your thumbs pointed in towards your belly. And breathe. One more deep inhale. With an exhale, slowly push yourself back to down dog. We're holding this for 3 deep inhales and 3 slow exhales. So let your shoulders relax, let your neck relax. Push the back of your knees to the wall behind you. Lift your hips towards the sky. Try to bring your chest closer to your thighs. 3 deep inhales, 3 slow exhales. Breathe. One more deep inhale. One more slow exhale. And then look forward to your hands and either jump or step your feet to meet your hands for forward fold. Straightening your legs the best you can, again using the block, using a chair, using a stool, anything you like if you can't reach your fingertips towards the floor, with the knees straight. 3 deep inhales, 3 slow exhales. We'll slowly start to round up. If you have a bad back, bend your knees as you bring yourself back up. Leave your chin on your chest until your spine is straight. And then let your arms float up towards the ceiling. Look up to them if that doesn't bother your neck. Put your hands into prayer position, the palms pressed together. Let your chin come forward so you're looking straight ahead. Drop your hands down to the back of your shoulders. 3 deep inhales, 3 slow exhales. And then bring your palms together up to the ceiling and down into heart center. Slowly releasing your arms down towards the floor. We're going to make our way into child's pose, and we're going to hold that for a full 2 minutes. So remember, you have options here. If it feels like it's too much for your knees, you have a couple of options. 1, sit down, draw your knees into your chest as I showed you a couple of moments ago. 2, lie on your back, pulling your knees into your chest. Or if you want to try to modify it, getting closer to the child's pose, use a block. Sit it between your thighs and your calves to raise your knees up a little bit, or even a pillow. So find the expression of the pose you can hold with ease. This pillow opens those knees up so you're not putting so much pressure on them. You also can take this a little deeper by bringing a pillow down between your thighs. So you have ways of supporting the pose wherever you are. Lean forward, hugging onto that pillow or down to the floor if that's where you are, spreading your knees apart to bring your chest deeper towards the floor, or just leave your knees together. Have your head supported either with a block or stack your fists to make a pillow with your hands to let your head rest on so that your neck is supported, and breathe. With each exhale, melt. This should be the most relaxed pose that we've done for the whole class. So if it isn't, modify your pose, roll onto your back or sit. We're going to hold this for a full 2 minutes, breathing deeply, exhaling slowly, without struggles, without strains. Close your eyes and bring your attention to your breath.
any pain or discomfort, listen to your body and leave the pose. Modify the pose. Find a fuller expression where you can release everything. Every thought, every tension, every judgment. See if you can empty your mind and here in this child's pose or this modified child's pose. Attempt to release just a portion of the tension with each exhale. Not trying to let everything go with one breath, but letting go a little bit more with each exhale. We have one more minute here. Engage the breath. We'll slowly start to release from your child's pose. We're going to make our way onto our back, but I'm going to offer a couple of different suggestions on how to do Shavasana today. They're modifications of a regular Shavasana, so that basically means you can take your Shavasana whatever way you like. But in the first modification, we're going to do a modified fish pose, a supported fish pose. So take a pillow, a sofa cushion, anything you like, sit down so that it's right at the base of your bottom, and then lie back, supporting your head with a pillow. Just lie by your side and your feet just drop out. That's a modified fish pose. If it feels uncomfortable, don't do it. The second modification is to take a ball or take a chair, let your legs rest up on a chair. So you're in a 90-degree position. This is decompressive for your spine and the lumbar. So if you have back pain, this is one of the best things you can do. Just lying with your legs up on a chair or up on one of these exercise balls can be not only comfortable but therapeutic. So find your Shavasana, either taking a standard Shavasana, the modified fish pose, or this 90-90 position, and close your eyes. Take the deepest breath in through your nose to the bottom of your lungs, and feel every sensation that comes with that inhale. As you exhale, release every tension in your body. Breathe deeply. Exhale slowly. Bring all of your focus and attention to this moment. See if you can bring all of your focus and attention to just one more breath. One more deep inhale. One more slow exhale. No struggles, no strains, no thoughts of judgment. Let everything release with your next breath. And then we're seeing if we can focus ourselves even deeper by finding the feeling or the sensation or the internal hearing of your heart beating in your chest. So bring your awareness to the left side of your chest where your heart is. Sometimes it helps to hold your breath for just a moment to help amplify that sound. Once you find your heartbeat, see if you can hold it as an anchor to attention and focus. Using that anchor to draw you back if your mind becomes distracted or it begins to wander. Allow it to become more focused. Allow it to become stronger. If your mind wanders, just gently bring it back. The sensation or the internal hearing of your heart beating in your chest. Breathe. And then I'll ask you to shift your attention to a thought. Bring to mind the thought of your heart's greatest desire. Whatever it is you would deeply wish for yourself or for someone else, for peace, for love, for wellness, for healing. Whatever your heart's greatest desire is, bring that to mind and hold it. Feel the energy of that desire just covering, enveloping, saturating every cell of your body. And then release your heart's greatest desire to the universe and trust that the universe will find a way to fulfill it without you doing a single thing. And let your mind come to stillness. You'll slowly start to bring your attention back to your body. We'll wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Feel those joints as they move, and the fingers and the toes. And then spread your fingers apart, spread your toes apart, and feel the space between your fingers. Feel the space between your paws. It is Lola Yoga after all. And then let your hands and your feet relax. Let your head begin to rock from side to side. With each movement, just notice a little bit more the feeling of the bones, the muscles, of the ease of motion. And let your head come to relax, finding its place wherever it feels comfortable. Take a deep inhale, let your arms rise up overhead. As you exhale, let them fall to the floor behind you. As you inhale, reach back with your fingertips, reach forward with the heels of your feet, and feel that stretch along the length of your body. And as you exhale, let your knees come up towards your chest, let your arms float down to hug them deeply into your chest. Let your shoulders relax, let your jaw relax. You can begin to rock from side to side on the floor if you'd like. Letting the floor bring sensation and awareness to your spine and the muscles that surround it. And then when you're ready, roll onto your right side, lying in a fetal position, bringing your awareness to just one more deep inhale and one more slow exhale. And then when you're ready, push yourself up into an easy seated position. Easy seated position is anyone where your spine is straight. The backs of your hands come to rest on the tops of your knees. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. Create space. Create awareness of the spine. As you exhale, see if you can hold that tall and lengthened posture with ease. Take another deep inhale, lengthen again. With an exhale, bring your hands into heart center, palms pressed gently together. Let your chin drop down. You guys have done a wonderful job once again. Namaste. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend. And remember, you can watch these videos anytime you'd like. You can share them with anyone you like.